Clemson leads North Carolina by a full point as we are through the first three rotations, the ACC regular season finale for these two programs as we welcome you back into the Pink Meat here at Little John Coliseum. She's former Auburn gymnast Toy Garcia. I'm John Gross, thrilled to have you with us tonight. And Toy, you look at this Auburn team through three rotations, season highs on vault and beam. It's been a strong performance for Amy Smith's squad tonight.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some star-studded performances here tonight. Like I mentioned earlier, they're focusing on the small things, and you can tell a lot of stuck landings, a lot of great execution in the air, and it's very exciting to see the ACC, this conference, really come through.
Jam-packed venue, a lot of energy as we take a look back at some highlights through these first three rotations, Toy.
You can see here, like I mentioned earlier, just soaring through the air. Excellent execution on these vaults. You can tell that these athletes have really been honing in on the small details. Stuck landings, perfect presentation. This one in particular at UNC, just floating through the air. Looks like she could have done another rotation there, another flip. Super excited to see that UNC is coming through. Then here on bars, same things. Looking at the stuck dismounts, just excellently done. Double layups, feet absolutely glued together, very hard to do. Just back-to-back stuck landings. And the crowd is so excited. I can actually hear it here behind me. Another stuck landing there. Just job well done all around from every athlete these first two rotations.
Well, Toy, you said it. The fans behind us, the student section fired up. That's because Amy Smith was just over here getting them hyped up. And you see some young fans in attendance enjoying some ACC gymnastics. Rotation 4 after this, here from Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson continues to add to its lead, a sizable jump after that third rotation. You look here at our meet summary through the first three rotations. Toy, what has stood out to you about the way that these two teams have competed so far today?
Yeah, like I mentioned, the details. Like you can tell that they've really been focusing on that in practice, and those are the things that are really going to matter as they gear up for postseason.
See Lauren Rutherford at 9.925 on vaults for her. A standout performance that matches her career high. Sierra Church, a career high on beam last time out as well. As you get a look at the student section for Clemson, they are fired up. And speaking of Sierra Church, here's a look at that career high score.
So impressed with this routine. I mean, my jaw was on the ground almost the entire time. Barely any deductions. You can see there that stuck dismount, and coach is so excited, as are her teammates in the back.
George, the freshman from North Carolina, staying in the Carolinas to compete in college. What an atmosphere. Clemson has built a premier environment in college gymnastics, 8th nationally in average attendance per meet.
John, coming from the SEC, this environment feels very similar, so it's so exciting to see that in the ACC, truly.
Clemson and North Carolina, two of the 4 teams in this conference. It was Maddie Hargrave, an assistant for Clemson, who actually was a former gymnast for North Carolina. So after spending 4 years as a student athlete for the Tar Heels, now an assistant on Amy Smith's squad. Rockin' atmosphere here in Little John Coliseum.
For the viewers and the crowd, they beg to say that Florida is the most exciting event, and here Clemson is, ready to go. Really excited to see what they're going to put up for us to watch tonight.
Like you said, Toy, going back to competing in the SEC, you've competed in environments like this. What does that do for you as a gymnast when you have this much energy in the arena?
You know, competing for 2 hours straight can be very difficult, so feeding off of the energy of the crowd really helps you get through that last event, the most exciting event. You're tired, and yes, it's exciting, but like I said, you're tired, so feeding off of that energy really is so helpful, and it really just excites these athletes.
Well, we have reached the final event. North Carolina now on beam, 24th ranked Clemson on floor. This is the Tigers' strongest event. Clemson ranked 19th nationally on floor. Jessica Naranjo, her first appearance of the day, the freshman from Hialeah, Florida, at a 9.725 on beam against Pitt last week. Attended the same high school and club as UNC teammate Bella Miller, who's American Twisters Gymnastics down in Florida. She was a two-time level 10 state champion, and she leads things off for North Carolina on beam.
Good connection there. Front aerial to an immediate back handspring step out. Coach Dana said that their lineups are somewhat confirmed and solidified, but floor and beam, they're still looking for a little bit of movement. So these alternates that are coming up, that are coming in, might have a chance.
Jamie Shearer is listed as an alternate.
But looks like she will keep that leadoff position on beam for UNC, because that was a standout performance from her. Double acro series, the front aerial to a back handspring step out, and then her dismount here, back handspring to an immediate layout, 1.5 twist, line landing, and sticks it.
Well, the energy has just been turned up a few notches as Clemson begins floor. Here is Maggie Holman, the Raleigh, North Carolina native, a 9.675 in floor last week against NC State as she leads off for Clemson.
First pass here. Nice front double twist. That's an E-level skill, one of the harder ones that you can perform. Something fairly new in NCAA gymnastics is you'll see a lot of these athletes only performing 2 tumbling passes in their floor routine. And that's okay, as long as they meet all requirements within those 2 passes. Getting the crowd excited as she gears up for her last and final pass here.
Beam update for North Carolina. Jessica Naranjo, 9.825 for the Tar Heels.
Last pass. Beautiful. Front handspring, 1.5 twist with immediate layout step out. Exactly what Clemson is looking for their leadoff.
All right, so Clemson, this is its strongest event, 19th nationally on floor. Toy, what are the judges looking for on floor?
Sure, difficulty. E-level skills, just like this gymnast performed. Front handspring double twist, presentation, getting the crowd involved, chin up, and showing a lot of confidence. And then, of course, landings. Unlike all the other events, you can't take a step back into a lunge, and it will not be deducted.
First appearance of the day for Hallie Thompson, the grad student who earlier this week was nominated for the prestigious AAI award, which goes to the top senior gymnast nationally. Coming off of a season-high 9.8 on beam against Pitt.
Nice triple series there. That's 3 acro skills competed back-to-back.
Thompson's been a staple in the UNC beam lineup each of the last 2 years after battling back from multiple season-ending ACL tears. Second on beam here for UNC.
Thing there was her run up, 1.5 twist.
There was Hallie Thompson, her first go of the day. By the way, over on floor, Maggie Holman in 9.825 in the leadoff spot. Here is Eve Jackson on floor as she wraps up her all-around night for the Tigers. At a season-high 9.875 against NC State. This is her third all-around performance of the season.
Coming off a difficult beam routine. Looking to regain momentum here, and she does just that with her opening pass. It's a full-in E-level skill.
Of course, the scale being A through E in terms of level of difficulty. Team update for North Carolina, Hallie Thompson, 9.85 for the Tar Heels.
Double salto pass here, front through to double top. Explosive dance out of that pass. Excellent job. Definitely gets back up on her feet after that beam routine. First pass there, beautiful, full in. And then her last pass here, it's her double acro. It's a front through to a double tuck and moves right on out into her dance.
So back to beam for North Carolina. It is Gwen Fink. So this is her first time doing all around for since January. She hadn't done it at all in the month of February. You see her beam average, 9.696 for the Tar Heels.
Nice leap series there. Switch leg leap to an immediate switch leg leap. Once again, judges are looking for complete 180 splits. Anything lower than that will be deducted. Acro series here. Looks like it might be a triple. Back handspring layout step out to an immediate layout step out. Hard to do. Very hard to do.
And she makes it look so easy. Clemson floor update, Eve Jackson. It is a new season high and it ties a career high for the redshirt junior from Los Angeles.
Dismount here, back handspring step out to a layout, 1.5 twist. Small hop there. But Coach Dana looks proud. Take another look at this triple series here. It's a back handspring step out to a layout step out to an immediate layout step out. Can't stress how hard that is. You have to be over the beam. Exactly.
So Janet Durante's squad now halfway through its beam lineup. Back to floor with Molly Arnold, redshirt sophomore from Bloomington, Minnesota. Smith told us earlier in the season she has really upgraded her floor. And here she is, third in this Clemson lineup. This is a look at the Tiger 6.
First pass, full in. Clemson coming out with these major E-level skills.
One of those 6 transfers from Utah State. A big season at Utah State in 2022.
This is one of Clemson's stronger events, nationally speaking, and we can really see why. They're showing a lot of difficulty, a lot of power, and a lot of good control on these landings. 2.5 to an immediate punch front. That's another E-level skill. Excellent job. First pass. Huge full in. Moves right out into her dance. No problems there. And then we'll take another look at another E-level skill to 2.5 punch front. And again, no problems there.
So Clemson showing why it's ranked 19th nationally in floor, averaging a team-high 4.9317 on floor. Back to beam. Gwen Fink, who went third for UNC, a 9.775 for her. Here is Julian Noer. Noer, a season high on beam last week against Pitt. That was the trend for North Carolina against the Panthers. 6 UNC gymnasts set career highs, in fact, against Pitt, in what was UNC's best meet of the season.
No major deductions so far.
And an update on floor for Clemson. How about that? Molly Arnold, a 9.925 on floor. That is now back-to-back 9.925s for Arnold's. She won the floor event last week at NC State and in contention for winning it again here at Clemson.
Clemson doing well, but UNC also coming to play here tonight. Good performance there. Take another look at her dismount. It's a round off 1.5 twist. Doesn't get the stuck landing, but beautifully executed.
Back to floor for the Tigers. That is the Tigers all around. Rebecca Wells, another gymnast who was nominated for the AAI award. Such a prestigious accolade, just to be nominated.
Some would consider it the Heisman of football.
Yes, absolutely. Heisman of Gymnastics, the AAI award, and Wells coming off of a career high all around against NC State. A strong day for her today as well.
E-level skills starting out the floor routine. It's a full in.
Update on beam for UNC, a 9.55 for Julian Noer.
Wow. Beautiful leaps there. Complete 180. Last pass here. So 1.5 through to a double twist. Incredible. First pass, huge full in, E-level skill. And then we'll look at this last pass here. It's a 1.5 step out to a rounded back handspring, double full twist. Just skill after skill after skill.
Standout performance for Wells, and the Clemson floor lineup continues to impress. Again, this is the Tigers' best event. Back to beam for North Carolina. Taylor Scholes takes to the beam. And off of her season low performance, just an 8.9 on beam against Pitt. Second season in Chapel Hill after starting her career at Brown.
5 series here. Backhand free step out to a layout step out. A little bit of a balance check. She lifted up that right foot.
Rebecca Wells, a 9.95. That is a new career high for the redshirt senior on floor. And as it stands, Clemson's lowest floor score, a 9.825. Other than that, there have been 3 9.9s or better for the Tigers on floor.
Dismount here for UNC. Side aerial to 1.5 twist. Doesn't exactly get that stuck landing. It did have to take a step back.
There is Rebecca Wells, the redshirt senior. An historic career for her at Utah State, carrying that success over to Clemson. There is Bree Clark, who is one of the best floor workers in the nation throughout her career. Last week was her first time not winning the floor event. Has come oh so close to a perfect 10 on floor, and 9.95 is her career high.
First pass, double layout. E-level skill. Dancing to some Boys to Men.
Just saw those scores. Those numbers eye-popping for Clemson on floor.
Like she's just having a blast out there.
Absolutely. Such an accomplished gymnast on floor. Well, that's what Amy Smith said about her. She said that when Bree Clark is out there, there's pure joy in everything that she does. We're seeing that joy.
Absolutely. The crowd is going wild in here for this floor routine. Last pass. Front layout to a front full to an immediate front tuck. If you can see Coach Amy in the corner, she is thrilled.
There was no doubt that Bree Clark is much-watched television.
First pass, huge double layout, E-level skill there. One of the hardest that you can do. And last pass is 3 skills back-to-back. Front layout, front full to immediate front tuck.
Amy Smith egging on this crowd as they chant for a 10. After a stand-up performance by Clark. Keller Schultz, a 9.65 for Schultz on beam. Back to beam, Ellie King, the freshman from the Woodlands, Texas. This is her 4th meet this season. Actually debuted against Clemson in the meet in Chapel Hill. King on this UNC roster with her twin sister, Nev. Twins actually runs in their family. Their grandmother was a twin and great-grandmother twins.
Some difficulty there on her double acro series. A little bit of a balance check in between those 2 skills. That will be a small deduction.
Floor update. Bree Clark ties her season high, a 9.925. So Clemson with 4 9.9s or better on its strongest event, which is the floor.
And UNC finishing strong here with a round off 1.5 dismount.
That will wrap it up for the heels. It will have an exhibition in Jamie Shearer. And again, this is the event in which Dana Durante said there could still be some moving pieces. They're trying to sort things out on B. Back to floor. Lauren Rutherford wraps things up for Clemson. That season average, 9.888. Can she keep the 9.9 or better trend continuing for the Tigers? Like Bree Clark, who went before her. Rutherford does have a 9.95 in her history.
First pass here. It should be a round off. Becky after 2.5 punch front. There it is. I love the facial expressions. And when these gymnasts really get into these routines, like I mentioned, judges are not just looking for good skills, they're looking for these athletes to have a good time.
Rutherford certainly is having a good time. Final beam update for UNC. Ellie King finishes with a 9.65. The freshman from Texas. And right here it's Rutherford wrapping things up for Clemson.
Last pass here, just looking for her to land on her feet. Double top. Took somewhat of a large lunge out of that one, but did land on her feet and finishes strongly.
And that wraps up an elite floor lineup for Clemson. And here's a look at a couple of those passes for Rutherford.
Look at the first pass here. It's a 2.5 to immediate punch front. And the last pass, double tuck. Had a little bit too much juice coming out of that, but job well done.
So back to beam. Jamie Shearer is competing as an exhibition. This is, again, that one lineup where Dana Durante still trying to sort things out. Still some movement here, so maybe an opportunity for Shearer to show her stuff.
Nice acro series. No issues there.
And a floor update for Clemson, a 9.9 for Rutherford, and that means that Clemson finishes with a season-high 4.96 on floor. Already its best event as a team, 19th nationally, and that ranking likely going up with its score increasing. So 5.99s for Clemson on floor.
Finish there. Gainer full off the side of the beam, just eases right into that dismount, into that landing, and Clemson. John, let's talk about difficulty with Clemson. I mean, just E-level skill after E-level skill, just absolutely stunning.
And as you see, this is a breakdown of these routines. There are skills rated A through E. That is the level of difficulty. Of course, different start values as well. All things that go into consideration when coming up with the routines for these gymnasts. So here is Madison Minner. 2 exhibitions for Clemson. Minner and Trinity Brown to wrap up what has been a big night for the Tigers.
First pass. Front handspring, front double pull. Another E-level skill. They are just absolutely loaded with E-level skills on floor.
Minner, a local product from Anderson. She competed with Electric City in Anderson even when she was still a student at Clemson. She was just a regular old student as a sophomore here at Clemson. Was still competing over at Electric City, waiting to see who the new coach would be, hoping to get picked up. Amy Smith watched her train at Electric City, gave her a 2-week trial, brought her back for more. She stuck to 1.5 in warm-ups. They gave her an opportunity. She's a walk-on for the Tigers, and getting a chance here on floor.
Really proving why she should earn a spot in the lineup.
So one more exhibition. Gotta love that cowboy hat right there. Perfect for tonight's pink meet. And Clemson will wrap things up with Trinity Brown, Maryland native, who competed for the same gymnastics team at Docksiders Gymnastics that you did. And both you and her all-around Maryland state champions.
That is right. Docksiders Gymnastics in Millersville, Maryland. I am much older than her, John, but I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about after the meet.
And two gymnasts, again, all-around state champions. Trinity Brown, the redshirt sophomore, will end the night for Clemson. Tigers season highs on 3 different events. And a 197.35 absolutely smashes Clemson's previous season high of 196.55. Waiting on judges here to sort out the final score for Madison Minner.
And while these gymnasts wait on the judges, super important to stay in your bubble, stay in your zone. A lot of times big gaps in the rotations can affect you mentally, but this is what they practice. And she's ready to go here.
It's Trinity Brown rounding things out tonight for Clemson.
First pass here. It's a front through to round it back handspring. Huge double tug. He is a dynamic performer on this event. Switch side to a straddle half. Looks like she'll only be performing 2 passes. She takes a little bit of a dance break here. This is another way for gymnasts to kind of catch their breath in between passes. Gearing up for the last pass here. It's a double pike. Doesn't need to take any steps out of that one, just absolutely sticks it. Let's take another look at this last pass here. It's a round of back handspring to a double pike. She opens up, sees the ground, and just nails it. No steps.
So that wraps things up between Clemson and UNC. And Toy, a season high performance for Amy Smith's squad. A 197.35. They have season highs on 3 different events. We talked about it before. We're getting to the point of the year. NQS becomes a factor after this week. Things really start to heat up right now, and Clemson performs.
You can tell they've really been focusing on the small things, the details, and they brought it here tonight. They are a force to be reckoned with. In the ACC and nationally ranked, Clemson is really, really showing out.
So Clemson picks up the win, 24th ranked team in the nation. That average team score will be increasing after this performance tonight. Again, season high total scores, season highs on 3 different events. And a tremendous moment for the Tigers. So a very special night here for the pink meet. As great as the gymnastics was, what we are about to see is even more incredible.
Turn your attention to the floor as we welcome a special family member of Clemson Gymnastics, April Ard, cousin to Clemson gymnast Sierra Church. April was diagnosed with breast cancer just last July. Over the last 8 months, she has undergone a double mastectomy, radiation, and chemotherapy treatment to aid in her battle. As of last week, April has completed her final round of chemotherapy. It is because of meets like this that we continue to raise awareness, hope, and continue the fight towards finding a cure. April, congratulations. Now, there's only one thing left for you to do. Fans, let's hear it one more time for April R.
What an incredible moment. We send our best to April Ard, congratulate her on this incredible fight. We are so thrilled. And how about this, Sierra Church, a career-high performance in front of her cousin on this very special night. You see Sierra right there in the middle next to her cousin, April Ard, on this incredible pink meat evening in Clemson, South Carolina. All right, Troy, the gymnastics were great. This moment, even better. A special night in Clemson. Your final takeaways from what we witnessed this evening between Clemson and North Carolina.
Some really, really incredible gymnastics tonight, but most importantly, that was so heartwarming and such a positive thing in what could be considered such a negative time in someone's life. So all around, a fantastic night, John.
An incredible night here in Clemson, South Carolina, as the Tigers set a new program record for team score and 3 highs in individual events as well. The Tigers back in action. I'm RJ. On behalf of our entire fantastic crew, led by Rick Bagby, my broadcast partner, Troy Garcia, I'm John Gross saying so long from Little John Coliseum. This has been ACC Gymnastics on ACC Network Extra.